Hey, what's up nerds? Legion comes out in a couple of days, and if you're wondering if you should open some spotlight caches or use your collector tokens on this card, don't. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. I'm just kidding. Let's go over some of the pros, the cons, the mechanics, the uses, and the potential of Legion. So real quick to cover some of like the actual game mechanics of the card, if you will, how it plays out in a game. I do know that it activates from left to right like Galactus would, basically. You also can't re-trigger locations like Murder World or Asgard. These locations are triggered on a specific turn, meaning that if it's turn 4 and the location triggers on turn 3, it won't trigger because that qualification has not been met. Also, if you Legion on a storm location, the other locations will turn into flooding, not flooded, meaning you'll still be able to play on them the turn after you play Legion. As far as what actual good this card can do and where it would actually be useful, I think the best scenario is featured and hot locations. It's already a good idea to build decks that take advantage of the featured and hot locations. So I can definitely see Legion just being sort of a correct inclusion in your deck if you're going to do something like take advantage of Onslaught Citadel and have nothing but ongoing cards in your deck. It just seems logical that you would use Legion to turn all the locations into the location you're trying to abuse. The only deck that I could come up with that actually uses Legion like on a daily basis where it's not a meme and it could actually serve a purpose rather than like edge case scenarios is in a Sarah control list. The idea here is to just be a control deck that can use magic to extend the game to turn 7, which would give you an extra turn to draw all the cards you need to counter whatever the opponent is doing. A playline here would be something like magic on 3, Legion on 5, and then Sarah on turn 6, allowing for a quite ridiculous turn 7. Also, Scarlet Witch with magic and Legion is kinda cute. If you don't draw your magic, you can use Scarlet Witch on a location and then copy that with Legion. You can also play magic and then maybe just Sarah on 5 and then pull the rug out from the opponent by playing Scarlet Witch on your own limbo. But yeah, right now I think the only thing that comes to my mind at least is basically turning every location into limbo, removing the risk of having limbo changed by a Scarlet Witch or Storm or whatever. Outside of that, I think the actual amount of times that Legion is going to have a big impact on your games is pretty low. Now, if you're just memeing and you want a very mediocre card to occasionally make for some like really absurd plays that are TikTok worthy, then Legion might be the best card ever printed if that's your goal. For example, changing all the locations into Rickety Bridge, just completely nuking the whole board, or changing every location into Death's Domain. Both of those locations would create an absolute show for the opponent and just for the game in general. So would I recommend opening caches or using your tokens to buy Legion? Absolutely not. Just save for Mirage or all the stuff that's coming out in August. I mean, all the August cards are absolute bangers, and in my opinion, Mirage is going to be one of the best cards that's been printed in a long time. Not because of its sheer power or meta warping abilities, but because it's just that 2-drop you can put into any deck. I think it's potentially the new Jeff. Hey, if you get Legion somehow randomly, you just want to open the spotlight caches anyway because you wanted, you know, one of the other 2 cards in there. But yeah, I wouldn't actually be too bummed to get Legion in that case. I mean, it is 8 power and a lot of decks have like 1 or 2 flex slots where you can put in like 1 silly card and the decks still have a good win rate. So yeah, I mean, if I just get it, I wouldn't be too upset about it. If you guys have any crazy ideas or some absurd interactions I didn't think about, or just maybe some use cases where Legion might actually be solid, let me know in the comments. That's all I got though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck in your games. See you nerds.